So I had a client a few years ago. Let's call her Karen. And no, not that Karen. This one didn't ask to speak to the manager. She was a boss. She was a closer and a top producer. She could sell you a life insurance policy at Starbucks and have the paperwork signed before the drinks were even ready. She was crushing sales. Revenue was climbing, her team was growing, and yet she felt like the whole thing was being held together by duct tape. You ever felt that way, by the way? Like your business could fall apart at any moment? If you do, you're not alone. On our very first Zoom call, she said, "We just had our best quarter ever, and I still feel like I'm drowning." That was the moment I knew she didn't have a revenue problem. She had a clarity problem. And that's the trap. Most entrepreneurs think more sales equals more success. But if the back end isn't built to support your growth, you don't scale profit, you scale stress. Growth without clarity is just acceleration towards burnout. When we looked under the hood, here's what we found. No dashboards, no cash flow forecasts, no break-even metrics, no tax strategy, no accountability system. Her business had outgrown her system. She didn't need a better bookkeeper. She needed a new operating system. Here's the thing. When you're the rainmaker, everything starts with you. But if every dollar depends on your hustle, then you haven't built a business. You've just built a very highly paid stressful job and with a cool title. Your business doesn't grow to the level of your ambition. It defaults to the level of your system. And yeah, if this is hitting a little too close to home, now would be a really good time to tap that like button, for the YouTube overlords. So we started with structure first. No spreadsheets, no hacks, no 27 different software tools, just one question. If everything worked exactly how you wanted 5 years from now, what would your life and your business look like? Not just revenues, time, team, profit, exit, but lifestyle as well. We reverse engineer all the outcomes. We restructured her entities, defined her team lanes, set clear KPIs, no fluff, and align the entire business model to her actual goals. Salespeople chase growth, but leaders, they build alignment and let the growth chase them. This was the first time she felt like the business was working for her and not against her. Then we built her cockpit because flying blind at $5 million a year, that's not brave, that's just reckless. We installed the dashboard, a real one, not one of those vanity reports with graphs and stuff that doesn't really mean anything to you. This one actually provided her real insight. Things like cost of client acquisition, lifetime values, margin by product line, weekly cash flow, team efficiency, profit by client. For the first time, she had command level visibility. Because the reality is, what you can't measure, you can't manage. And what you don't manage eventually manages you. Only then, after the structure and the visibility were solid, then we move to tax. Most people want to start here, and that's a big mistake. You're out there trying to write off G-Wagons while leaking hundreds of thousands of untracked margins. We got strategic. We fixed her compensation, realigned her entity structure, and built towards a potential $15 million exit using Section 1202. Tax strategy isn't about write-off. It's about alignment, timing, and positioning. Her CPA, though, had never even brought it up. And it's not a knock. It's just not what most CPAs are paid to think about. That's my lane. 7 months in, her profit margin jumped by 11 points. Her team had metrics, accountability, and most importantly, clarity. She cut down her hours from 70 to 45 hours a week, and her tax liability down by 6 figures. But the best part wasn't the numbers. It was when she said on a call one morning, "This is the first time I've ever wanted to keep my business instead of escaping it." Freedom isn't found in a bigger top lane. It's about owning a business that runs without burning you out. Karen isn't a unicorn. She didn't stumble into success. She's an elite salesperson, brilliant at marketing. She just didn't have the backbone to help support her growth. But once she had it, she stopped playing checkers and started playing chess. That's the real difference between stuck and scalable. It's not more effort, more hustle. It's the clarity of knowing that it's an entirely different board game. So if you're scaling fast, but it still feels like chaos behind the scenes, if your team is growing, but you're still the bottleneck, if you hit your revenue goals, but you're still guessing at your numbers, you don't need a new funnel. You need financial command. That's what I do. Not to fix what's broken, but to build what's next. At some point, you stop trying to be the best at your business and you start becoming the best owner of it. If you're still here and haven't liked this yet, that's cool, but just know that you might have been invited to one more meeting that could have just been an email.